Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. And today we're going to skip across the ocean to find out what Eddie Hearn has to say about Anthony Joshua and Dmitry Bivol. But before we go there, I'd like you to know that Jared Anderson, one of our favorites over here on Talk and Fight in the heavyweight division, will now take on former heavyweight title holder Charles Martin. Charles Martin is sporting a 29-3-1 record with 26 knockouts, by the way. Won the vacant IBF heavyweight title back in January 2016. And then ultimately lost to Anthony Joshua by knockout in his first defense and hasn't challenged for a title since. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know Jared Anderson, the real big baby, will fight, as I said, Charles Martin on July 1st in Toledo, Ohio. I thought that would start off today's show, courtesy of Mike Coppinger over at ESPN. Now, courtesy of one of my favorite writers in the boxing world over at BoxingNews24.com, Charles Brunn. He writes, courtesy of Eddie Hearn, I'll say, WBA light heavyweight champ Dmitry Bivol will defend against Anthony Yarde or Dan Aziz in his next title defense in either August or September. Bivol, as you know, 21-0, 11 knockouts, prefers to face the winner of the August 19th fight between IBF, WBC, WBO light heavyweight champ Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith. But Eddie Hearn says he wants him to fight a Brit, obviously, because he'll probably end up winning if he fights Anthony Yarde, who lost to Beterbiev last January. And with respect to Aziz, he says, yeah, I think Dan Aziz is a free agent, as I understand, so we might be making him an offer to fight Dmitry Bivol. Aziz is a great story. He's built himself up as a British Commonwealth and European champion. But, keeping in mind, 33-year-old Aziz has recent wins over Thomas Farr, Rocky Fielding, and Shaken Pitters. Who. He's got good power, yeah, but his talent just isn't on the same league as Bivol, says Brunn. Anthony Yarde is a fight that I think is a tremendous fight for Dmitry Bivol, and he's earned his shot at another world title through that great performance against Beterbiev, says Hearn. So I think if we're looking at a British name for Dmitry Bivol, it's going to be Aziz or Anthony Yarde next. Speaking of Eddie Hearn, let's move along to Anthony Joshua, who says that Jarrell Miller will be offered as a replacement after his talks with Dillian White's camp have collapsed. So let's have a quick look here and see what Jarrell Miller has to say. Jarrell Miller is set to be offered as a replacement opponent for Anthony Joshua after talks for Dillian White rematch broke down. The American heavyweight tested positive for banned substances in 2019, which ended his plans for a New York fight. But Miller's promoter, Dmitry Salita, has confirmed he's going to put forward Miller again as a potential fight for Joshua. Negotiations have failed to progress for Joshua's proposed rematch with White, who has questioned whether the British rival was serious about a second fight. But Joshua is still expected to return to the ring at the O2 on August 12th. As yet, opponent to be determined. Miller has added 3 wins to his 27-fight unbeaten record since resuming his career, including a stoppage of Lucas Brown back in March. White, on the other hand, has hoped to secure a summer showdown with Joshua, but believes the former world champ has one eye on a fight with Deontay Wilder in the Middle East at the end of the year. We'll get to that in a second. I don't think they're serious about this fight with me, said White. They're worrying about the fight against Deontay Wilder, and I don't blame them. If he's going to get if he's going to get 50 million pounds to fight Wilder in Saudi Arabia in December, it just baffles me. Why would they take a chance fighting me? Doesn't make sense. So I'm not surprised, to be honest. Fair enough. So let's move along to Anthony Joshua's second story of the day, because he might, in fact, according to guys at TalkSport, he goes, Anthony Joshua will not be fighting Dillian White in a rematch next. Eddie Hearn's confirmed that we just talked about. But the promoter said talks are staged about on August 12th might take place with a former sparring partner of Anthony Joshua in, let's have a quick look here, Ajit, sorry boys and girls, Ajit Kabayal, right? Name just escaped me for a sec. Let's have a look here. Hearn told reporters, "We made him an offer, which they made clear was nowhere near the expectations. Quite honestly, there were very little negotiations after that. White never asked for 10 million pounds. I'm not sure where that false rumor came from, but that's not the case. AJ is going to fight Deontay Wilder in December. That's our 100% focus. So he needs a fight against someone who's going to allow him to work on everything he's been working on with Derek James. There's no point fighting a fight against someone who's going to take out in a round. It's difficult to fight an elite top 3 or top 5 guy when you're fighting Deontay Wilder 4 months later. So we're a little bit in a difficult position. It is what it is. We want him to fight. I don't think the Saudis want him to fight because they want him to be ready for Deontay Wilder in December. But we all feel as a team it would be beneficial for his preparation to have that fight in August. One name on the short list has now been confirmed, as I just mentioned, Ajit Kabayel. The German heavyweight's best win came when he outboxed Derek Chisora, whose name came up the other day, by the way, in 2017. But bizarrely, he's not stepped up at all in 6 years since. Kabayel is now 30 and remains unbeaten at 23-0, 15 knockouts, by the way. But this is perhaps best known for once being AJ's sparring partner, as I mentioned at the outset of that story. Hearn explained Kabayel was the European champion, and he's top 15. He's on our list of 4 or 5. That could be, but we need to close it out this weekend, really, if he's going to fight on August 12th or not. So let's have a quick look at what's happening in that so-called super fight that may or may not happen in Saudi Arabia. Let's have a quick read and see what Eddie Hearn has to say about it. He said that Anthony Joshua's super fight in Saudi Arabia against Deontay Wilder could be signed off in a few weeks. The pair of heavyweight stars have been in talks for December blockbuster in the Middle East. As we all know, we've been talking about it for ages. Joshua has twice boxed in Saudi Arabia, beating Andy Ruiz Jr. in 2019, but losing to Alexander Usyk last August. So promoter Eddie Hearn has no doubt Prince Khalid Skills Challenge Entertainment will deliver on the mega money fight. He told the DAZN boxing show, "When Prince Khalid and those guys tell me it's done, it's happening. I believe them. I didn't believe them at first for the Andy Ruiz fight, but I quickly realized these guys are real. We hope to get contractually everything signed off the next 1-2 weeks. Wilder, 37, has not returned since knocking out Robert Helenius in round 1 of his October comeback bout. But Joshua did bounce back with a victory over Jermaine Franklin in April, which followed after consecutive losses to Usyk. It was his first under coach Derek James, by the way, and Hearn wants AJ to have one more fight with the American before facing Wilder. All right, so we'll see if that happens or not. And let's see if that's all. Yes, that's all the news from Eddie Hearn's camp. At a recent Nevada State Athletic Commission, I just wanted to let you know, Devin Haney had been originally fined, I think it was $400,000 for shoving Lomachenko. But after a recent meeting of the Athletic Commission, the commission has fined the undisputed lightweight champ Devin Haney $25,000 during the weigh-in for their fight back in May, and also suspended former WBA super lightweight champ Alberto Puello for 6 months. Puello stripped of his WBA belt after an adverse VADA finding in the run-up to the scheduled title defense against Rolly Romero. Romero consequently claimed the vacant title by defeating Ismael Barroso. So there's some news out of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Quite powerful statement as well. But one of the funniest things I've ever read in the boxing world came courtesy of Adrien Broner. As we all know, he had some demons to deal with, including a bit of alcohol and potentially other things. But the heavy hitter, had a propensity for spending more cash than he could actually earn, which all led to a bit of a tailspin. And from 2019 to 2021, as we all know, he failed to pick up a single victory. Good fighter, but something's gone wrong, and now he's coming back. Anyway, he's looking forward to getting back in the ring. He recently fought, as we all know, Bill Hutchinson on June 9th and gave him a good clobbering. And now he's looking to fight Regis Progress. Good luck. But here's what I thought was incredibly funny. He goes, it's a bit rude, but here we go. I'm I'm on your ass like back pockets. I don't know. I just thought that was the funniest thing. Anyway, good luck to Adrien Broner in his attempt to fight Regis Progress, because I'm sure there's a lot of other fighters out there looking for that very same opportunity as well. Anyway, thanks for joining me here on Talk and Fight. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll see you later on at 4 p.m. when I join Mike Orr for his show Knuckle Up. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you.